Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present Guthormr, a Palladium story, with David Larkins as the Game Master. I know, for sure.
Both and the sequel, The Search for Curly's Gold, is just as good.
I've never seen the sequel, or maybe I saw it one time, but yeah, we had City Slickers on VHS, so I watched a lot.
God, I love City Slickers. I weirdly have I think I like friends. Me and my friends back in the day, we'd always be like, instead of somebody being like, "Oh yeah, it's so and so 2 Electric Boogaloo," you know?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, it's so and so 2 The Search for Curly's Gold."
That's much better, especially nowadays.
I know, right? Yeah.
Have nearly the same dark political connotations.
Right, exactly. Waiting for the alt-right Curly's Gold.
Yeah, wait for 4chan to discover Curly's Gold. It's all over.
God.
All right. So
I was, I was thinking, like, I have no clue what I have no plans for what's about to happen, by the way. No clue.
It's funny because I'm kind of in the similar place. I was actually going to kind of kick things off by saying to you, like, we have now officially reached one of the most satisfying points, I think, for any GM, which is, I've sort of like set enough stones in motion. I feel like I can just sit back and watch the avalanche now.
Correct. Yeah.
so yeah, I have all my pieces. All my pieces are on the board, so to speak, and so it's just kind of like, yeah, you have the reins, sir. You have free reign.
That is a very satisfying moment as a GM, where you're just like, okay, like, yeah, like you said, all the pieces are on the board. Go. You know, that is a good one.
Like throw any more like old mysterious wizards and taverns at you. You know,
I know, not yet. All right, so, oh man. Well, I guess to recap, because it feels like it's been a million years since we've played. So for some reason,
at this point, even if we were playing weekly, it would feel like a million years in between.
I know, just so action packed. So let me think here. Yeah, what even happened? So yeah, I guess last episode was just like Predator the movie, and but ended with. I mean, we had the awesome stuff of like the big logs coming crashing down. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Aelyssa ran off, and I was like, I'm gonna storm Badland, and the Giants were like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yes, they were. They're like, we're all in on this.
Okay, good. I'm glad I remembered this. That seems like something that I should have written down, but it's also something I feel like I would have never forgotten. It's only a matter of time before me and a strike team of giants descend on Badlands.
Strike team.
Okay, let me actually get out my notes here, because I'm sure I have something written down. Palladium notes. Okay, yeah. So my notes have gotten more and more sparse, but I guess there's not a lot happening. Like I kind of know what's going on at this point. Okay, so Hrutr is my giant sidekick. Urgur is the giant leader.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, Aelyssa has flown off. Did she fly off in the direction of Badland? Like, I assume she's going home.
Yes, okay. She did. Yes.
Sans 2 gargoyles. Who are tragically
like punks.
That's right. Demolished.
He got kicked into a tiger pit.
Forgot about that. I can only remember the one that got AT-AT smashed.
Also very memorable, yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. So what time of day is it? Because I imagine she probably didn't roll around until like early or like late morning.
Yeah, it was late morning for sure. So we'll say it's about noon at this point.
Yeah, because I imagine like me doing the tightrope walking and all that stuff probably took mere minutes.
Right. It was all over in less than 10 minutes. Yeah.
For real. Geez. Okay. So afternoon. And how far away is it to Badland? Like if I was going to walk there?
As the crow flies, well, it took her 3 hours to get to you literally as the crow flies. She
Right.
was
As the
she was
giant demon locust flies.
as the demon locust, as they say in the world of Palladium. Which, by the way, congrats on picking up the core rule book. Any impressions from that other than the magical cocaine that shrinks you to 6 inches tall?
That's the one. Yeah. That's the one I'm looking out for. My
hands on this.
Yeah. I need an ounce of this. I want to get some of that so I can blow it in Hellfire's face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then much like Conan in the Tower of the Elephant, he'll shrink down. Like the sorcerer will shrink down, and then I don't know. I might just like pick him up and squeeze him. But we'll get there. I need to find some shrinking cocaine first. But first impressions, I guess I skipped over all the rules. I was like, yeah, I was like, David's homebrewing, and like none of this is going to make sense to me anyway. So I just skipped over it and started going through. I like the magic sigils were really cool. Like the drawings of the sigils were dope.
Yep.
All the magic stuff was really cool. I learned a little bit more about the rune blades and how they were kind of like almost all disappeared or like destroyed. Let me think here. I came across a picture of the demon locust, so that was neat.
Oh, good. Yep.
And then I read about them, and I was like, "Good God, how was Alyssa flying one of these things?" So she must be pretty.
When you're a summoner,
I guess so. Yeah. So yes, that, and then I looked at the world map a little bit just to get an idea of what the world looked like, the world of Palladium. Yeah, and then I just kind of hopped around. I just started looking at like spells and trinkets and that kind of thing. Like, oh, I also looked at is priest and OCC?
Yes.
Okay, because I came across a page that was like, here's how you can pray to your god, or like the prayer mechanics or whatever. And I was like, I wonder if like Guthormr could pray to Odd. Like Odd, I've never prayed to you before. I have no tongue for it. But I was like, I wonder if I could do that. Like maybe get Odd down here, and then I don't know. I don't want to steal his spear. Yeah, I gotta. I gotta figure out what to do about this spear. Okay, so yeah, that's. But yeah, there's a ton of really awesome stuff in the book. I think like it really does have everything. I mean, it's like here's a rule for the thing you didn't ask for. And it's full of that stuff. And I was just blown away that all of this for $28.99.
That's if I'm being totally honest. I mean, I was attracted to Palladium games for their content, but also it really fit my budget as a 13-year-old. I can get a complete role-playing game for $15. Are you kidding me?
I know, crazy. Yeah, I mean, it had fucking everything, didn't it? There, like all the art is very cool. I think the art maybe is like, I think it's all the original art, like 97 or whatever. Is all the art plates are dated.
Yeah, most of it's commissioned for that edition. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of that old school art aesthetic.
Yeah.
The wolfen look outrageous. I mean, they're literally just like human bodies with like wolf heads like badly squished on them. Weird shaped legs and everything.
Some artists do it better than others. On my campaign folder, I have a Keith Parkinson piece that he did that I think works a lot better.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, some artists are a little more confident when it comes to wolfen than others.
It's tough mixing anatomy and stuff like that.
For sure.
I might be name dropping, but my buddy Tom Babby, he does art for a lot of role playing games, and he teaches like entire classes on like here's how you make like monster anatomy.
Yeah.
And it is tough. It is tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, all that stuff is great. So with all right, so 3 hours as the crow flies.
You know, by the speed of a demon locust. That's what I was looking up. I was going.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah.
Because I trust and believe I actually did do the math. I just didn't write it down.
I believe it, dude.
I was like, okay, what is the airspeed of a laden demon locust? All right.
Wait, so what would you call someone native to Palladium?
A Palladiumite? I don't know.
Palladiumite? Yeah, I guess so.
Sounds like an insult.
Yeah, I know, right?
Catch me, you Palladiumite. I know your thick ways.
I hope somebody out there knows the answer to
this. A Palladium person.
Yeah, do you even have to ask? A Palladium person. Good God.
I mean, I know like in Rifts, they do have like characters who are from the Palladium world, and that's literally how they're always described in the text. It's like, you know, so and so is an elf from the Palladium world. You know, so like I don't think they even know, honestly.
Holy shit. From the Palladium world.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess I have no choice. I mean, if these giants are ready to roll, I'm not going to be like, well, let's wait a little while.
Right.
So, and you know, if it's a night raid on on Badland, all the better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
With a handful of frost giants, essentially. So yeah, I'm just gonna be like, all right, like let's go, and I'm gonna start running. In fact, I'm gonna run the entire time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I feel like endurance doesn't get enough play in any game.
Dude, you have the endurance skill. You better use it.
Exactly. If there's ever a game that's like, oh, you have a forced, like if you need to make a forced march check, I'm like, who does this? Well, me.
Do you have the forced march skill, or do you just have like what? Because there is a forced march skill.
Oh wow, no, I do believe it.
Having had to flip through the rule book, I do believe it.
Oh, wait a minute. I actually think I didn't level up the whole way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, or did I? Did I? Wait. Because I know we talked about it. Maybe I just didn't write it down.
Okay.
Because I took Prowl.
Yeah.
And then I think I took, did I take Scale Walls?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Climb Scale Walls. And what's the other one? Didn't I get another one? Or is that it?
I think you just had the two. Yeah, you get two skill selections. So yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so I took Climb Scale Walls then, and Prowl. That was my second one.
Okay, yep. That I remember that. That works.
Okay, cool. And then climb scale walls, knowledge of the tools and techniques for climbing up sheer surfaces, be they natural mountains or man-made. Players should roll once every 20 feet. Okay.
B-Day.
Yeah. uh, if they fail, it means they're losing their grip. However, every skilled climber gets a chance to regain their grip. Roll again. 2 consecutive means you fall. Base scale is 40 plus 5% per level of experience. Is my level of experience 1?
You are level 2.
Oh, I see how that works. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
although it's a little confusing because it's every level of experience after the first.
oh,
And then in terms of skill selection, you always start out at level 1 proficiency regardless of what level you. So if you took a new skill level 10, you'd start at level 1 proficiency with it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Repelling is a specialized rope is climbing skill. Yes, blah 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 blah. Place skill and repelling. Oh, so I have repelling as well. Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Okay, so my climb scale walls should be 45%.
That's the base?
I think it says 40% plus 5% per level of experience.
So it would actually be 40.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
You can read it as plus X per level experience gained after taking this skill. That's kind of what that means.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like the way that works, actually.
Yeah.
And then repelling is 35%. So when I level up, they'll both go up 5%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. Oh god, I clicked a button. Okay.
Oh.
I know. Well, like I'm scared I'm gonna click something and then it's gonna like shut my audio off.
Yeah, right.
Okay, repelling at 35, skill walls at 40. Okay, so I do not have the forced march skill yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's going to help me other than a baller physical endurance, which is 18.
Okay. Okay, so that also brings up the question. Speaking of the forced march skill, I believe that's where one finds out. Let's see. Increase normal physical endurance rate up to how long an activity like marching can be maintained by 5 times. Applicable only to forced marches and traveling. Maximum speed on forced march at least 60% of one speed attribute enables large group. Blah blah blah. Okay. I figured this out at some other time in another game, but we do need. I went back and I reverse engineered the demon locust speed and how long it took them to get there, so I now know how far you have to go.
Oh, nice.
And then let's see.
I also have a secondary question.
Yes.
Which is how fast can the giants run?
Ooh.
Because they might be outrunning me, which is very possible. Yeah. And so I don't want to be like Princess Mononoke style, like the giants are like, get on, and I like jump on their back and
in like one fluid movement,
Right, yeah. I guess I need a big mount of some sort eventually. Something cool.
Yeah. Something specific or appropriately memorable, like a giant ox or something.
Ooh, yeah, something kind of exotic but fast.
Right, exactly. 6-legged ox.
Now I want to look through like the Palladium. Ooh, I'm just gonna Google like Palladium mounts. We'll see what works.
You'll get a lot of jewelry results. Let's see. Okay. So on rocky terrain, approximately 3, possibly 4 miles per hour, thanks for the specificity, at a brisk pace.
Possibly.
I mean, Maximum speed is reduced by 20 to 30% for most humanoids, or 10 to 20% for giants. Oh yeah, they're definitely going to be. Okay. All right. All characters have a speed attribute. This attribute can be the equivalent of running at a speed of several miles per hour. However, in most cases, that is a maximum speed that can only be maintained for short sprints of a few minutes at a time, quickly tires the character out to the point of exhaustion. I love their little self-justifying asides. Even marathon runners require constant practice and pacing to make their It's like they're just trying to, like, you know, forestall the angry letters, you know.
Right. Just preface everything with use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Again, we're back to skill degradation.
That's right. Oh god.
It only makes sense.
The type of terrain which the character must traverse will have a profound effect on his rate of travel. In many instances, the terrain can completely eliminate one's ability to run at full tilt. Yep. Think of examples. This is why traveling down a cleared path or road free of obstacles is so important for ease of travel and maximum speed. Thank you.
Wow,
for
thanks,
pointing that out.
Palladium.
Yeah, I would never have known.
This is why it's so important. It's like a tweet that you put out just for likes, you know?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but roads are very important for overland travel.
Put the clapping emoji between each.
Roads are important for travel.
Holy shit. People retweeting it. Wow, finally someone said it.
Oh Jesus! All right, so let's see here. All right, so yeah, they've got some. Yeah, I guess. All right. Yeah. All right. Let me see what these giants do. Let me see what kind of speed these giants can put on.
Yeah. Didn't know we were gonna hop into so much math so quickly.
You know, this is important stuff because I have to know how long it's going to take you to get there, because that's going to have an effect on what Alyssa's going to. You know?
Yeah, because I'm sure. I mean, she doesn't know I have giants.
No, she does not.
So she's in for a nasty surprise when the giants literally throw me across the town and I explode into the dragon's den through a window with a torch.
A torch in your teeth.
Exactly. And I point to the fancy goblin and I say, "Get out while you can." And
stand behind me.
Get behind me, little one. And
don't look.
Don't look.
Hide your eyes. Okay. Let's see here. What the hell are these giants? I'm trying to find the giants. It's very it's not conducive to the search function in Acrobat that there are also mountain range named Algor and giants and a former Wolfen tribe too. So,
well, if you come up with a good name, you got to use it 100 times.
Yeah. Apparently that's the Palladium philosophy.
Palladium, the game, the world, or the system, David?
Dude, there was also a mega dungeon on this world called the Palladium of Desires, which doesn't even make any sense. So,
the Palladium of Desire.
Uh-huh.
What grammatical function does Palladium serve in that in that example?
It is simultaneously a verb, an adjective, and a noun.
Like all the best words.
Yeah. The thing that's the best about that is that it was the original Mega Dungeon back when this was like a D&D campaign, and the old group like cleared it out and destroyed it, but it still gets mentioned in the books, you know, like,
oh, nice.
You know, like you know, nothing will ever be as good as the Palladium of Desires campaign. But anyway, let's talk about your shitty campaign instead.
Right. There's a sidebar that says, "Right, Scott, remember?"
Yeah, it's just high five, right, guys?
Right.
Well, if you flip to the first page of your newly acquired rulebook, that art and the poem that goes with it is literally the original gaming group, the Defilers.
Oh,
So the book actually starts out with an ode to the original gaming group.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did want to give a shout out to Palladium because right in the beginning of the book, there's like a huge content warning.
Oh my God! All right, so they're kind of notorious for that. Um, yeah, so I think that might have started with Rifts. I know, I'm not sure, just off the top of my head, but like Rifts definitely has content warnings. Warning: violence, war, magic, and the supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, some parents may find the violence, magic, and supernatural elements of the game inappropriate for young readers/players. We suggest parental discretion. Please note that none of us at Palladium Books condone or encourage the occult, the practice of magic, the use of drugs, or violence. I assume they did, just because that's in their games. You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the message you're
whatever.
sending?
Yeah. No, I think it's just they were horribly traumatized by the Satanic Panic. And you know, as you mentioned, the rule book is full of like magical summoning circles and other like sigils and shit. So it's kind of ironic that D&D caught all the flack when you had games like this, where like, here's literally how you summon a demon. Like, we'll even show you how to draw the circle. Like,
right.
Here's some magic cocaine you can snort and shrink down to 6 inches.
Literally, the use it's like oh, it lasts 1d4 minutes per snort.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
I know, I was dying, dude. And snort was, of course, like in all caps with like asterisks on both sides.
Are you sick?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I should read the drug section more often. Obviously, I just skipped over that for the monsters.
That's like almost right what I went to. Is, you know, Kenny doesn't do drugs, but Guthormr might.
Yeah.
especially after all the cool stuff we've been reading about.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, per snort, ghost air quotes. You know, like
exactly. Yeah.
Snort.
Okay, it is not in all caps.
Not that we, dude. I would not put it past them. They throw in random exclamation points and all caps text offsets all the time. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like it was written by me.
Yeah, they're just so excited to tell you about this stuff.
I know. I use a lot of exclamation points. I don't know why.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's the way to do it. Okay, so I have located all the information. Frost Giants are surprisingly slow. Their base speed attribute is 2d6.
2d6?
So, yeah, they're very lumbering, these guys.
I guess so. So
what's your speed?
My speed is like fucking 14.
Wow, okay.
How am I? Yeah. God, these guys are.
Well, it says that humanoids 15 feet or over only suffer a 10 to 20% penalty on their maximum speed, and normal sized humanoids have a 30 to 40% penalty. So what they lack in quickness of step, they make up for with their stride, I suppose, is the message we're getting.
I can see that. So like they're less affected by the terrain.
Exactly. They can step over the boulders. Yeah, exactly. So so I think it all probably just averages out, honestly. We'll go with your speed there. And we don't have to worry about you needing to be carried or anything of that nature, so that's good.
That's also fine. Yeah.
All right, so we'll say we'll put you at the upper end here without a roll. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I now have a number.
Okay.
I now have a number.
I know. In my head. I was just gonna say.
I now have an idea of how long it's going to take you to get back to town. Okay. You recall you were out in the wilderness for a period of days, so you had penetrated quite a way into the mountains.
I did.
This went down. So, So I think we don't need to call for any physical endurance rolls right away. Obviously,
Okay.
you're trying to set a blistering pace. You're doing the best you can.
And
We
my
don't have-
speed, by the way, is not that crazy. I think, Mike, I can run 9.5 miles per hour.
I mean, that's decent,
It's pretty good.
but yeah. Oh, that's right. You wanted to try and run the whole way, though. You wanted to do like an ultramarathon.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me recalibrate then. So 9.5 miles per hour normally. Now it says here that would be reduced by 30%, so that'd be about 6 miles an hour.
May I? Because the way I kind of envision this is I'm running, but I'm also probably utilizing my gymnastics and or acrobatics and or backflips / somersaults to like overcome obstacles, leap through tree vines, or from branch to branch and things like that. So I don't know if there's if I can make like an acrobatics roll to lessen my penalties or something. I don't know.
Well, here's how I would handle that. I would say you could make a roll just using physical endurance at normal difficulty, so target number 100.
Okay.
And that would get you in at 6 miles per hour. If you wanted to try and go for the gold and do the 9 miles per hour, I would let you throw in an additional, physical skill there, but I would increase the difficulty.
Which puts me at like 150 probably, right?
Correct. Yes.
What would the additional skill be?
It's a good question, because acrobatics in and of itself, if I'm remembering correctly, does not have a skill rating.
Correct.
Okay. So
no pommel horse nearby.
No pommel horse
with which to repel.
That's right.
I don't know. I don't even know. Like climb scale walls, maybe?
Possibly. Then did you take running? I forget if you took running.
I didn't take running. I took prowl. But what about somersault? If I'm just jumping and like rolling.
Right. You're doing all this. Yeah. I like that.
Ninja warrior
style.
Yeah, totally. Okay. All
Sure.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. Okay. So it'll be my dice plus 18 plus 40 plus 45.
Okay. Well, that's all right.
That's pretty good.
So let's see, 63.
Yeah, 63. So
you're gonna have to roll an 87 or better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
To
oh my god. All right, so what's if I don't make the roll? Am I just down to my 6, or do I go slower?
Well, it depends on how badly you fail, because if
you're right.
We have the no but, and then we have the no, and then we have the no and. So we'll find out.
Jesus. Okay. I can already hear myself being like, well.
Well, I broke my leg.
All right. Rolling the hell out of these dice. Playing the game to roll some dice. Let's roll these dice.
Yes.
Okay.
Guessing you did not roll a 90.
Did not. To be fair, they did not. They didn't go into my dice tray, so they were kind of just like shit out of my dice tower, very anticlimactically. Just fell out. And I rolled a 12.
Oh shit. Well, at least it wasn't a 10 or less.
That's right. So
oh my god.
Plus 63, so 75.
75. All right, okay. So that is a result of bad, appropriately enough. Although with only 1D, not 2Ds. So.
Well, good.
Yeah. So it says the character has certainly failed at the task, but it wasn't a total disaster. All right, fair enough. So
wasn't a total disaster. That's my life goal.
Yeah, I'll give you some XP for a clever but futile idea. Like that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Clever, but futile.
All right, so you get it into your head that you can ultra marathon your way back to Badland, and then you start running, and of course, it very quickly becomes obvious that like this is not going to work. There's like loose shale, there's still like snow and ice on the ground in places. There's fallen trees. It's just horrible. So very very quickly you just fall back into more of a steady power walk kind of rhythm, right?
Power walk, Jesus.
Best you can.
Got my sweatbands on my ankles.
That's
and
right.
knees.
That's right.
My ankles and wrists.
That's right. Your red, white, and blue sweatbands with the Adidas logo on them.
Oh my God. Karen's
There we
passing
go.
me. Hey, Karen.
Tube socks with the colorful stripes at the top. All right. So yeah, but no, you just settle into a nice overland pace, right?
Okay.
And so you walk all day until the sun begins to set, and you're still well out there in the wilderness. But we'll say you got in, it's springtime in the north, so sunset's still pretty early, but we'll say you got in a good 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. How you feeling about that? Do you want to press on through the dark? Or do you want to make camp?
I want to press on through the dark.
All right.
But I'm not going to try anything fancy. I want to get fancy, no. Yeah, I want to get close to the town to where we're probably not going to be spotted. And then my intent is to be like, all right, giants, like hold back. I'm going to go do some recon and see if I can see if they're expecting us, if there's like an army of orcs or something like that. And then I'll come back, and depending on the situation, we'll go kick down there's no walls. So we'll just go ransack we'll just go straight for the dragon's den and just demolish it. I think that's the plan. Or maybe the giants can run around and cause havoc. We'll see. And then because I want to face Alyssa one-on-one still.
Oh yeah, you gots to.
Yeah, preferably like on in some epic way. I don't want to give away any hints, but I have images in my brain. We'll see what happens.
You have plans. Okay.
Got plans.
Excellent. All right. So, what's his name? Oh, nope, I don't have it on my notes. What was the giant leader's name?
Udger.
Udger. Right. That's right. Informs you that he and his kinfolk can see in the dark.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. So he orders Hruter to hoist you up on his shoulder, so that you can get a little ride. And
I'm standing on his shoulder. The camera pans out, and there's like a guitar solo. Totally ripping.
Yeah.
metal lead. And I've got my Trigom in my hand.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not screaming like, Alyssa, I'm coming for you, but like I'm definitely thinking it, I'm like, I'm coming for you, Alyssa.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, you've got a determined squint on your face.
I'm squinting for sure.
Squinting so hard. All right. I left my dice in the other room, so I'm going to be digitally dice rolling this time. But you like Google Dice? That's your preferred dice rolling app?
Yeah, I'll just do like Google Dice or whatever, and then 2d10.
Cool. All right.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So I'm going to give them a roll to see how long they can sort of carry on, right? and they have pretty decent physical endurance. So unlike their speed.
Yeah. How far are we out from town? Do I know?
You have no idea. I mean, you could. Do you have land navigation or some other kind of orienteering?
I have wilderness survival. That's
Okay.
about it. Streetwise.
No navigation skills.
No navigation skills.
Yeah, give me do a wilderness survival roll there with your IQ.
Okay. Ooh, 73 plus 52.
Damn.
Not
Okay.
bad.
So let's see, that's roughly 125. So let's see. In fact, I think that's exactly 125. So
Ooh.
that is a success with a butt.
Oh.
So what do you think there? You're using your wilderness survival in kind of a non-standard way, right? Because normally it's a like trapping, skinning, where to find clean water kind of skill. But you're trying to use it to get some kind of orientation on how far you are from town. So what do you think?
Maybe I'm actually, well, that might change the skill. Hold on a second. Maybe it's 10 points lower. I don't know. Maybe I'm using I was thinking like maybe I'm retracing my footsteps mentally.
Yeah.
Like telling the
sure.
giants to be like, go this way, and like I'm looking for signs that I have been in the area. Which are probably like few. But let me see here. A but. So yes, but. Okay, so maybe I gauge how much further we have to go. But there is a complication that I cannot think of.
Right.
But my tummy kind of hurts.
Yeah, I realize I shouldn't have eaten those mushrooms earlier.
Right.
Okay, I think so. Yeah, I mean, because wilderness survival, I'm looking at the description here, techniques for getting water, food, shelter, and help when stranded in wilderness regions. So I think that wilderness survival would sort of teach you how to recognize signs of civilization, right? So like that way you would get some idea, like how far out in the wilderness am I? Like how far from help am I, or how screwed am I, basically?
Right. Yeah.
And so you did succeed. So you do get this idea. And I think the but is actually that you realize with dismay that you are still way far away from town. Like probably another day's march.
Oh my God. Well, damn. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, was that it was going to cost me time.
Yeah.
Because I am kind of, I'm no longer on my own timeline. Like every minute I take is a minute Alyssa gains,
Yeah.
So okay, I might direct the giants. I'm like standing on Hruter's shoulder, probably holding him by strands of hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like telling him like, we've got, I'm letting him know, like, we probably have another day. Do you think you can make it?
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was going to give them a roll here. I've got their physical endurance all set there. So let's see. Let's see what he has to say. Okay. 102. That's good.
Yo.
Okay. So so he says we giants can march for many miles, but not without taking breaks.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna be like, all right, like take the time that you need, but know that, like, I'm just let them know, that this woman that we hunt, she is stinking with foul magics, And
Mhm.
with her right hand she'll caress your cheek, and with her left she'll reach down into the pits of hell to drag something up to crush you.
Mm.
And just kind of impart to them the importance of getting to Badlands in a timely manner so that we can kill whoever we need to. I'm also probably going to let them know, like, Hellfire's there. Like, not only is it her, but
Mm.
there's an orc there. Do they fuck with orcs? Do giants like orcs at all?
It's kind of conditional,
Okay.
like, yeah, it's like personal,
Okay.
personal
Yeah,
relationships.
that's fair.
They don't, let me see here. Hold on. Enemies, they dislike orcs, actually. They dislike
Ooh, well, good news. You're
orcs.
orc flesh is on the menu tonight. And yeah, just gonna let them know, like, there's also an orc that we're gonna have to be watchful at, and she controls a gang of orcs basically. So that hatred might fuel them and also prepare them for these shamanistic magics and demonic summoning that we have in store for us, and it's a grave situation. As Mastodon
Right.
plays in the distance.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. So they listen to your counsel, and their jaws are grim and set against the coming battle, but their steps do not waver, and they carry on. They carry on for a few hours into the night, since they can see pretty well. And probably about midnight, they settle in.
Okay. Yeah, even if I'm tired, like, I imagine I'm like getting tired, just like riding on them.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
but I'm like, doing my best to match their energy and to match their resolve.
Nice. Just out of curiosity, let's have you make a D100 plus physical endurance roll. Let's just see what happens.
Oh, 96 on the die. So, calculator time. 96 plus.
I feel vaguely ashamed that I've designed house rules that require a calculator. I feel like I've sinned again.
Well, if it allows me to get a 192 on a die roll, I'll take it.
Yep. Okay. Good. But actually, you're not getting tired at all. I mean, you're burning with this, inner, flame
Totally.
that is driving you ever on.
Good.
But the giants aren't quite as fired up as you are. So,
ooh, what is that? A yes and, David?
Let's see here. What was it? 192 up to plus 100. That's just a straight yes.
Okay. God.
Okay.
Dang.
So if you'd gotten a 200 or better, that would have been a yes and.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Brutal, but awesome. Okay. So I'll take the yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, eventually they find a place, settle down. Is camping very rough, they're not bothering with a fire, sleeping blankets or anything like that. It's just sleeping out under the stars. Of course, these guys, obviously, I mean, even as you were like riding on the back of Hruther, you could feel the sort of chill of his flesh, like working up through your boots, and your fingers as they held onto his fine, corn silk blonde hair, quasi albino.
I know. I guess I have a mount. It's just a giant.
It's a giant, exactly.
That's kind of badass, actually. I love that.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, in a D&D game once we figured out the power word to take control of some stone golems in a dungeon, and then we just, every point after that we just made them carry us around, like, cradling our characters like babies.
typical D&D party.
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, the DM was so pissed. He was, get even with you, and he did. He killed us all. But anyway. All right. So because he was expecting us to use our stone golems against this beholder, and like we didn't. We just left them inside our portable holes. And he's like, "What the fuck? You had stone golems?" Like, yeah, to carry us around, not to fight beholders. What if the beholder disintegrated our stone golem?
All right. It's hilarious.
Priorities.
Priorities. Oh my god.
All right. So, all right. I have been stalling for time slightly with that hilarious story because I was just looking up some spell descriptions here.
Oh. Don't make me. This episode brought to you by.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll be right back after these important messages. All right. So, I don't know why I'm messing around with PDF and I've got a goddamn book right here. Easier to find these things, physical books. But anyway, yes, you make camp, you pass the night with no issues. Nobody's gonna mess with a camp of frost giants.
Only I would.
Yeah, only you would be foolish enough to walk up to them and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, exactly. Look at my dwarven sword.
Hey, look at my giant slayer rune sword. You guys like that?
I bet you do. I bet you're gonna be my little bitch boys after this.
How could you not?
Right.
And so, but yeah, you're up the old Crackodon, and
Nice.
although actually, right. So let's not get to that quite yet because I was just checking for something here in terms of what somebody could do. Let's see. That's interesting. That's also interesting. Okay. And I think anybody can use scrolls in this system.
Oh.
FYI, something to keep in mind for the future.
Do these giants have scrolls?
They don't. No, but you never know. You never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
Never know when a scroll of create magic shrinking cocaine will show up.
That's right. All right. So yeah, no, you get up with the dawn, and soon you are back on the trail. I assume you actually want to go back to walking at this point.
I mean, yeah. Unless the giants are like, we're faster with you riding Router.
During the day, it's about
about even. Okay. All right. Yeah. So then, yeah, I don't want to be a loafer.
Okay. All right. So you let's see. What would you say? You hit the trail about 6 a.m. You want to get an early start?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as they're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
All right. Okay. Well, one thing you can definitely tell is that extra bit of walking definitely helped. Because you're now out of the really rough part of the mountains, and coming down to the more like rugged foothills, and as you make your way over the terrain and the rough ground and the woods and so forth, communing with nature and whatnot, good old Trigom, the chaotic, speaks up from its little hook scabbard on your back, and it says, "Hey there, Shunny. Where are we going?"
We're going to Badland to finish what we started.
I'm glad to hear that. My danger sense just spiked, and it's coming from that direction.
And he can't tell what it is. He just
Right.
knows that it's the biggest danger.
His biggest threat, yeah.
Does he?
Charts.
He says I can give a general estimation of XP. Does he? Can he tell me that, or do I have to be looking at it?
Yeah, that's like a specific power. That's sense aura. So you have to actually be looking at the object that you're trying to read.
Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm gonna grab Trigon and just like hold it down. Where the tip is just like skirting along the ground, kind of like hitting rocks and sparking off of them.
Right.
Because I know that Aelyssa fears this sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I 100% but want to be wielding it when we get up there, because if I can cut, a dozen orcs in half with one swing, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you walk the better part of the day. You just have a short, break for lunch and then carry on. But it's not long after that midday break that you begin to recognize the surrounding countryside a bit more. You get this sense like, oh yeah, this is definitely getting closer to Badland now. You're coming at it from a different direction than where you left it from,
Okay.
But you're like, oh yeah, I recognize those hills, that kind of deal.
We're not anywhere near that tree that Alyssa's sister was on. Where are we?
No.
Okay. Because I remember her being like, I'm cheering for you, but I don't think she was like, I'll help you. So I guess we'll see once the fight comes to Badland. Like, who knows? I mean, I might be locked in Mortal Kombat with Alyssa, and then like her sister comes up and kill steals.
You're right. Ooh, sorry, I was about to give you a big chunk of XP for that. But...
Yeah, it looks like Alyssa's sister got subduing a major menace.
Okay, so yeah, you're definitely not nowhere near the witching tree. And one thing you do notice though, as you're scanning the horizon, you're still amongst some like kind of light spruce forest, but you can see off through that kind of broken canopy in the direction that you're assuming Badland is, several very large ravens circling about.
Are these like, well, I guess I'm holding on a Trigon still. Do I see their auras?
Yeah. Let's see here. I'd say so if you want to. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because I want to ascertain if these are like normal ravens or if they're magical or a danger in any way.
Mm-hmm. All right. So when you first spot them, they're ways off, but they are circling around, and so eventually one circles close enough for you to use it. It's got a 60-foot range. The power does, but yeah, one does circle close enough that you are able to get a read on it, which is proceeds to be something quite unlike anything you've experienced before. I think the best way to express it is, it says here that you can detect whether it's a supernatural being in disguise. That does not specify which, and I would say that fits perfectly. This thing is suffused with magical energy. It is definitely some kind of supernatural being that is taking the form of a raven. Yeah.
Okay. And I can't tell their alignment. Like if they're
Let's see here. Level experience, but no alignment.
okay. Do they look like they're, I don't know, I guess like interested in us, or like do I perceive
you are kind of making your way through these woods with a band of frost giants, so it does tend to attract some attention. And the one you're examining actually does alight upon a branch and is looking at your party as you're moving forward. And since it's only about 40 feet away at this point, you spot with a timely squint as it's looking at you that it has this like very light blue eye.
Ooh. Does Aelyssa have blue eyes?
She does not.
Okay. Damn, I don't know what to do about these things. I think I'm going to ignore them and just keep going. Not, and just as we're going, like I'm going to kind of slow my pace a bit to where I can talk to the giants as we're moving. And just let them know like we might be being watched right now. And so like we're probably not going to get the element of surprise. So I guess like just be ready for anything, like we don't really know what we're walking into here.
Yeah.
But we will win.
Well, yeah. Give me a demon and monster lore roll.
Oh, that's a good idea.
With your IQ as a bonus.
Man, I wish I could bump my IQ up.
Yeah, attributes are fixed forever.
That's not bad though. 86 plus 40.
Ooh.
Plus 7.
So 133, I think.
I think so.
Okay. Great.
Not bad.
Not bad. Unexpected. I like that it yes, but it may not have gone as well as the character had hoped, or something unexpected has occurred. Yes,
Ooh.
definitely something unexpected has occurred. So you're thinking about it and you're like, I know I've heard about ravens with blue eyes before, but where? And then you give your warning to your giant friends. And then up ahead, once again, you see that black cat that belongs to Sarah Bad.
Bleh.
And you're thinking about her, being this witch and talking about her master and all this stuff. And it suddenly clicks. Ravens with blue eyes are associated with the god Mormo, Lord of Ghouls.
Carrion eaters.
Mm-hmm.
Mormo. I'm gonna write that down. He's like a greater demon, you said?
He is one of the lords of Hades.
Lord of Ghouls.
Yeah.
It's a good word. Ghoul. Is this
technically yes, he is a demon lord. That is his title. The Demon Lords of Hades. There you go.
All right, old Mormo.
Old.
You're right. What do I know anything about, like, I obviously don't trust a demon lord. I want to keep this information to myself. I don't want the giants to be like, demon lord, we're getting the heck out of here.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to keep that information under my hat. But knowing that, like, making the connection that, like, oh, it's a demon lord, and like I'm seeing the cat here, I'm gonna guess that Sarah's master is Mormo, and that these ravens aren't going to give away my position to Aelyssa. So I'm like, this is just another ticket on Sarah's head, that, like, once I'm done with Aelyssa, I'm gonna go for Hellfire, and then I'm gonna go for Alyssa's sister, Sarah.
All right. So as you're constructing your enemies list in your head, the cat trots forward towards you.
I might, like, because I feel like, am I still running?
You probably, yeah, trotting, sure.
Okay.
Jogging along. Yeah.
I might, like, hold my arm out and be like, hop on, like, to the cat.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because, like,
crawls up the inside of your thigh instead.
Oh God. The typical cat.
That way. Yeah, exactly.
Not that way. Put your claws away. Yeah.
All right. So it does. It hops up, alights on your shoulder. All the better to lean in and whisper in your ear.
Of course.
And it says, I bear a message from my master, my mistress, Sarah. My mistress, Sarah. She has had word of the sword that you carry.
I grip Trigom in my hand, like, tighter.
Mm-hmm. She wishes to know if you come to fight against her sister wielding that sword.
Ooh, this is a good question. I feel like this might require some kind of lore roll.
Okay.
Just because I want to be like, I want to know, because I'm not afraid to lie to this demon, even though I'm sure it can smell lies, like you can smell chocolate. But I just want to know, like, I don't know. Does the rune sword, like, bear any significance to, like, demon lords and stuff like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, are you coming to fight her with this sword? Like what's the right answer here? Or, like, is there a reason to say no?
So that would probably fall. Well, yeah. There's kind of a Venn diagram, because the magic lore :magic, would cover, like, rune weapons. But you're wondering, is this something like a demon lord would be afraid of, which would be
I'm going through the Rolodex in my brain. And
yeah.
I'm like, have I ever read anything about demon lords getting, like, killed with rune weapons,
Right.
or things like that?
Okay. Yeah, why don't we do a demon lore roll then?
Wait, what do I have to roll on the dice to get a crit? Is it 91 or 92?
Oh, 91. 91.
I got 91.
Hey. All right. Keep it going.
All right. Calculator time. And then
I also found myself contemplating, like, should I integrate the critical hit charts from Rollmaster? So
Yeah.
I've got completely off the deep end at this point.
How can we make criticals more critical?
That's right.
Do I add any characteristics to this?
Yes, IQ.
Okay. That is an even 150.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
I noiced your noise.
All right. So, another thing I'm toying with here is I'm kind of seeing how these dice roll results are coming out versus difficulty rating. I'm wondering if I should just drop everything by 50. So easy would be 0, right? Because it's easy, right? All you have to do is don't roll 10 or less, right? Basically.
That's fair. Yeah.
Normal would be 50, and then hard would be 100. Because if you rolled a 150 just now, and I was setting the difficulty at normal 50, then that would get you a critical.
Would it be too weird to lower everything by like 25?
That also occurred to me. I think that might make the math harder, though, right? Because you're like, what's the difference between what I rolled in 75, as opposed to
true. Nice round numbers. Yeah, I think maybe lowering everything by 50 would be cool.
Let's try that for a little bit. See how that feels.
We'll give it a shot.
Okay. Because honestly, like in combat, all you have to do is roll a 20 or better. Anything less than a 20. So already we're dealing with pretty low difficulties when it comes to combat.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, if it's easy, you either shouldn't roll dice or you should be like, just don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just try that on for size. See how that feels. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in that case, you got criticals. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. While I'm leading a bunch of giants into a town, I intend to sack. Let's go. Let's make everything 50 points easier.
Yeah, let's start fucking around with them now. That's a great idea. Okay, so with a critical success, yes, and something unexpected happened as a result of the outstanding success. The character not only gets what they wanted, but something extra happens that the player decides with the game master's approval. The greater the difference, the more dramatic the effects. Well, you barely squeaked it, so it's not a hugely dramatic outcome. But yeah, what do you think? You're musing about the effect of rune weapons on demon lords and whether that would be something, or you're trying to figure out whether it's safe to be honest to Sarah, right? So it could be something around
that. So, all right. So I guess the answer is yes, if I feel like, I guess that's a good question. Like, which of those do I want? I think I don't care about being truthful with Sarah. So I more want the demon knowledge or the rune sword knowledge. And then the unexpected, the and would probably be like I know whether or not demon swords have taken place or rune swords have taken place in like demonic lore. And furthermore, I want the cat to tell me something.
Okay, right.
I'm not sure what, but like I want the cat to like almost fuck up a little bit. Like to tell me something that maybe it shouldn't have.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or just give me like a little more information than maybe it was supposed to.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, so you are contemplating how much you want to spill, or how honest you want to be. So I will say that there's nothing like rune weapons were not designed to be like god killers or demon killers per se,
Mhm.
as a general rule. And in fact, demons. There are stories of demons acquiring rune items, rune artifacts for their own use. So
Okay.
obviously a greater rune sword would be of concern to any powerful being, just on its own merits. But there's nothing that's gonna oh, you are bearing the sword of my, hated ancestors or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
a variety. So that's fairly safe. Um, and so you are just about to speak when the cat seems to lose patience with you as you were sort of pausing there. And it says, "Speak quickly, for my master wishes to pay a visit to this town. I, for one, would very much like to feast on the flesh of its inhabitants, as would
Mm,
my brethren."
nice. Okay. Yeah, I imagine the fucking demon lord of ghouls would appreciate some luncheon about now, I guess.
And I'll even do one better and say that as the
Ooh.
cat is whispering to you, you notice that it has the most foul breath you have ever smelled, as if it had been eating raw and rotting meat and flesh.
God. Normal cat breath.
Yeah, right. No, more like an open pit. Like it
Oh,
actually
jeez.
smells like an open grave. As
Oh,
it's
God.
washing across your face.
I probably recoil, I'm like, ugh, eat some
Yeah.
mint.
Yeah. We'll get a Mentos for you here.
um, yeah, I guess I'm just like, so all right. So now I know, like, if I go in there and start killing, it's going to be serving the purpose of whatever demon lord. What is his name?
Ormo.
Mormo. Mormo is going to be psyched on this, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, like, I don't want to go in there and start killing all the civilians.
Mm-hmm.
I really just want to put the Viper gang down and Alyssa and then Sarah.
Yeah. Right. And Hellfire.
And Hellfire. And that rat bastard, Herb Berman.
Remember, you'll kill him last.
That's right. Want him cowering on his knees before me.
That's right.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know. I guess I have nothing to lose by telling the cat I'm coming. Morbo already knows.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say, tell your mistress to be ready, and and if she chooses to take this time to put a knife in her sister, then, like, I welcome her blade.
Ooh. Okay. Excellent. All right. Very good. So the cat hops down off your shoulder mercifully and goes dashing off back into the woods, and the ravens with great, croaking caws, rise up into the air and follow after it.
Mm. Very spooky.
Mm-hmm.
And they only had one blue eye?
Yes.
Blech.
All right. So, and after just, another, like, less than an hour really of traversing through these woods, the trees start thinning out, and then you come to the first of the fallow fields that are, surrounding Badland. And you see the town, and you can see the peaked roof of the Dragon's Den, even from here.
Hmm. what does the town look like right now? Like, is there like a bunch of guards or anything like that? Is it like business as usual? Are there demon locusts all over the sky?
Place is lousy with demons. It's like cicadas.
Oh God.
All inside buildings. Um, yeah, no, the town itself looks pretty much the way you left it. There's doesn't seem to be on any kind of high alert from what you can see.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm just I'm gonna wait for a minute and like stop, and me and the giants can like catch our breath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
on their knees, like fully winded.
And I, unsheath Trigom, and I look at the giants and I'm like, look, again, we don't know what we're walking into here. Do I remember? Okay, so this might be a streetwise roll. I want to know, or I want to try to recall, like my goal here is to be like I'll take care of Aelyssa. I want you guys to run interference with the Vipers.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, so I want to be like, all right, this is how you get to the Vipers clubhouse, and just go there and just kill anyone you see with like a Viper tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
They're into it.
Oh, cool. So do I need a streetwise roll or something to tell them where to go?
I think you remember where it was. You even found your way from there to the Dragon's Den, so you even know where they are spatially in relationship to each other. So
sick. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and I'm just like, try not to kill anybody who doesn't try to interfere with you, I guess.
Don't
I don't
just
really
go
know.
Like smashing puny humans for the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. Do they want what do giants like money? Like, do I need to pay them something? Or is this just like, are they just like here to party?
Yeah. Do you want me to go to the liquor store and get you some liquor?
Jenny's is down the street. I don't know.
We love piss.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to mix it. That's a good question. I'm actually trying to remember. I think you just really charmed them, right? Like you really kind of made a good impression on them. So I think they're just in it for the shits and giggles. Like they any excuse to like kind of come down from the hills and fuck some shit up.
They're doing it for the lulz.
They are.
Okay, good. These are giants and also trolls. All right, so yeah, all right then. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, go. It's time. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start running towards the Dragon's Den. I've got Trigom in my hand, and I don't even want to stop for anybody. Like if anybody like runs into my way, I don't know. I'm going to try to get out of their way. And if not, I might like hold Trigom like a baseball bat and try to like intimidate them into like getting the hell out of my way.
Right. All right. Great. And then the giants are just kind of off on their own.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's early afternoon, just to be clear.
Nice.
Clear skies, somewhat chilly weather, but it's not prohibitively in any way.
Can't wait for that.
And yeah, I know, right? And then I'm there. And yeah, let's just see what happens as you run towards the dragon's den. I've got my handy dandy table of city encounters here, so we'll see if you run into any chamber pots along the way. I mean, city guard along the way. All right.
Roll a 95. All you have to do is not roll a 95, right?
Fucking A. Yeah, it is like a 95 or above. Yeah, it is. So, no. Oh, yeah. Depends on time of day. So it was,
that makes sense.
for that time of day, it was a 93 or above.
Ooh.
Now it would be a 97 or above, because I guess people don't go around emptying chamber pots in the middle of the day.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I respect the logic.
Palladium, you've thought of everything.
That's right. And some verisimilitude with my my chamber pot emptying. Okay. All right. It is not a chamber pot. That is the good and they're the good news there.
Good.
Let's see. So you're running into town, and there we go. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, I like this. This is interesting. This is very interesting.
Lots of interesting things tonight.
I know. This I wasn't sure how the evening would go, but I definitely wasn't thinking it would be this. Let's see here. Okay. Get one more roll here. Little sub table. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh wow. Well, now they want me to roll again. Quiet satisfaction in that, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see here. Rolling.
Yeah, whenever you roll on a table and then it's like roll on another table, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. All right. So you go running into town. You actually had approached the town from the right direction, where you are on the old town side, and the Dragon's Den is not too far within town borders, So as you go running that way, the giants veer off, slightly towards the mall, the shantytown part, East Ward, as it is called, and so they head off to wreak their mayhem. I'm picturing you kind of running a little like commando crouch, with like the sword like back and ready to go, right?
Totally. Yeah, I'm not like Naruto running.
No,
Yeah,
never.
I'm never.
But as you're approaching the town, of course, even on this side, you're running over these fallow fields. There's no trail or road here. But even here, as you're approaching the town, you're starting to see shrines. You're starting to see totems and other carvings of gods. Like the town's just surrounded on all sides by this. It doesn't have walls. It has shrines and totems and whatnot.
So crazy. Superstitious people, I guess.
It's not as dense on this side as it was, coming in. Like obviously the density on the main road into town is much greater, but yeah, it's still here. So you run past that, and you pick up a little street, among some buildings. Buildings grow ever thicker as you move into town. You can still see the spires of the Dragon's Den over the other roof line. And that up ahead there's that big open plaza area that the inn fronts on, right? And so as you're approaching that, you hear something that you did not expect in a million years to come across.
Dad?
Not that far off, actually. It is the sound of your people. It is somebody shouting in the northern tongue, but specifically in the dialect of your home tribe.
What? Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Is this real? Do I get a saving throw?
Is this real life, or is it fantasy?
Is it in my way? Like, am I going toward it?
You are going towards it. It seems to be echoing from the plaza area, and it's just that, yeah, it's the sound of one of your kinfolk, and they're saying something like, "And I am telling you that I'm taking these people with me, and you will not stop me."
Okay, I'm gonna run behind a building, and then I want to like hug a wall and
Yeah.
basically stay stealthy until I can see what's going on and get a picture of what's ahead of me.
Okay. All right. Why don't we take that newfound prowl skill for a spin?
Ooh. So does prowl have a number associated with it?
It does indeed. So I believe it should be a 25 if I know my prowl skills off the top of my head.
Level 1 prowl is 25.
It can change from system to system. So let's just make sure. I don't want to cheat you out of 5 points or whatever. Or give you 5 points.
Ooh.
Let's see. Rogue skills. Yeah, 25.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So 25. And then do I add anything else to this?
Yes, you would be, let's see here. You'd be adding your physical prowess.
So 25. Okay. And then 16. That puts me at 31.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A 69 total.
Nice.
Pretty nice. We lowered difficulty, so I'm okay with it.
We did. So you succeeded by 19.
Nice.
So that is a yes, but it was a close call, but they managed to scrape through. The players. Okay, well, I think with anytime you're rolling prowl and you barely manage to scrape through, we all know that you were almost caught. So let's see here. Oh, let me just check here. Okay.
I have a suggestion for the butt, David.
Please.
Like nobody in this circle sees me, but one of Hellfire's agents sees me. Maybe. And then he sees me and then like runs to like Hellfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a suggestion.
Grandpa Hellfire.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, you rolled that you were from the Kingdom of Byzantium, right? That's your land of origin.
Correct. Good
okay.
Old Byzantium.
So this would be somebody from the Shadow Coast, which is where you're from.
The Shadow Coast. Okay. Interesting. And that's what is it just some guy or some lady or?
Right. So you kind of silently as possible move up through the shadows being cast by the surrounding buildings, and you can see out onto this sunlit plaza. And you see that it is a man. He is a bit more swole than you. He took the bodybuilding skill as a secondary skill selection. Wow. But otherwise, could easily be your cousin. He looks very, very similar to you. Although you don't recognize him, like he's from one of the other colonies, probably. He also is, wearing very similar garb to you. He obviously has been traveling. I mean, Shadow Coast is pretty far from where you are. It's sort of accessible mostly by sea, and river travel. So he is also far from home, but you can see that he is arguing with an orc who is sitting on top of a wagon. And it's kind of like a paddy wagon style design because it's got like a cage on the back, you know. And there are, you know, maybe a half dozen men and women sort of crammed into it, you know. And obviously this guy's a slaver, you know, and he's come to town to sell some, you know, human you know, produce basically. So and the crux of the argument seems to be that your fellow countryman has seen this and is pretty outraged by it and is having words with the slaver over it. Nearby stand a little, you know, patch of goblins, and you see that they all have viper tattoos. And they're all standing there looking very irritated because, you know, presumably they're about to do some business with this orc. And one of the goblins is the guy who had the chewed up ears, you know, who you had encountered back on the rooftop with Hellfire. And indeed, he does spot you. His eyes widen and he goes running off.
God. All right. Remind me again of my alignment, David. I am unprincipled.
Okay. You are unprincipled. This is what you call a moral quandary, right?
It is.
All right. So with an unprincipled alignment,
is there a pro or against slavery matrix?
Nothing specifically about slavery. It does say that this is the Han Solo alignment, right? So just like Han Solo, you are on the crux of a moral decision here, whether to just take your payment and leave or turn around and help Luke, you know, with his run on the Death Star. But it says the guy who is always looking for the best deal, associates with good and evil characters, is continually tempted to lie and cheat, and hates himself for being loyal and helping others. But it does say here, number one on the list of salient features of the unprincipled alignment has a high regard for life and freedom.
And I would say hating myself for helping others. Like, I know I should just run past this.
Yeah.
Like, I have one chance to get at Aelyssa.
Yeah.
And like in the chaos, maybe get the drop on her. But I just can't do it.
And this is like a whole scene. Like everybody else on the plaza is watching this play out. Like this is not a subtle incident, you know?
So, all right. So this is my, but the orc slaver has not seen me.
No.
Okay. So I want to, I basically want to run at him with Trigom in my hand and try to fell the slaver in one swoop. Just one hit, kill this guy. To give it a shot.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Also, I've yet to use Trigom. I have no idea what damage he does.
I know. Did you happen to get a doubling die?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Is he gonna play backgammon with me before he attacks anyone?
This is the thing. As soon as you swing him, a backgammon board, flies out, and everybody is magically compelled to play backgammon.
My God!
I told you I was chaotic.
Yeah.
All right, so that's fine. So let's see how you do first and foremost, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to say that you're going to get the drop on this guy. He's not even going to have a chance to defend himself, right? Because he's thoroughly involved. Like he's shouting in the barbarian. Excuse me. I'm sorry. He's shouting in your countryman's face.
I get it. We get it, dude. We get it.
Yeah, oh no, we know. But yeah, he's shouting in this guy's face, and he's like, "Fuck out of here," and all that. So you're gonna get a free shot in on him. So you come
Nice.
running towards him. So yeah, give me a roll. Get your strike bonus, sword weapon proficiency bonus, physical prowess.
That is a 99 on the die.
Oh,
Dude.
okay.
So that's the third time I've rolled a critical, and then my following roll was like 10. This one's 14. That's okay. All right. So, but I don't get a. Oh, is this a yes and, or do I roll again?
So you don't roll again,
That's
and combat rolls you don't. Yeah, we don't. That's only for skill rolls and that kind of thing.
Okay,
so we're just looking at the raw numbers here. So add your
That's
physical prowess, and strike bonus.
So 99. That's 115.
Okay.
Strike bonus is 5, so a solid 120.
Okay, and your weapon proficiency bonus as well if you have one for sword.
God. Weapon proficiency sword is, so it's +5s/+5p.
Okay, so +5 strike, +5 parry. So
I see. Okay, so 125.
Okay. And then you added your physical prowess to that or not?
Yes.
Okay, and your second dice roll of 14.
Oh, I do get a second dice roll.
Yeah, you rolled a 14.
Yes. Yes. So then it would be 134.
134
or 130. Yeah. Something like that.
Perfect. Like I said, basic strike success with a melee attack is 20 or better. A critical strike is 100 points over what you needed to strike or what your opponent rolled with their parry or dodge. But since he did not get an active defense, we're just looking at that 20. You exceeded that, so you get a critical strike.
I love it.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d6 and tell me what you got.
I got a 5.
Okay, so normally with Trigon the Chaotic, a 5 would translate to 32 points of damage.
Normally.
But you rolled a critical success, so you get to times that by 2. So you actually do 64 points of damage to this guy.
That's disgusting.
With a single hit, and being just a regular, just salt of the earth merchant OCC.
My God,
this guy has like 25 total hit points, including SDC. He dead.
Just turns into a fine mist.
You just leap at him, and Trigon just goes right through him like a buzzsaw, like from his pelvis up to his opposite shoulder. Just just unzips him basically.
Unzips him.
And so slaver innards go everywhere, and there's screams from all the assembled onlookers, but your countryman's expression barely changes, even as his face just gets like gratuitously with orc blood.
Everyone's Tarantino'd.
Yeah, but he just kind of blinks like. Huh? And then then of course you land in a 3-point superhero pose, of course.
Of course. Yeah, Trigon in my hand behind me.
Right.
Me like covered in blood. Because I want to be covered in blood when I meet Aelyssa.
All right.
Yeah. And so I guess, do I notice like the goblins that are around? Do they like split, or are they like let's go? Like, are they rolling initiative?
I think after that display, they're definitely running for it. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I can roll intimidate or something if I need to. I don't have it, but
any rolls. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay. So I like when I hear the goblins run, I'm gonna like stand up and then do the real cool like glance over my shoulder to my countrymen and just be like, free them and get out of here as fast as you can. And then I'm just gonna take off towards the dragon's den.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. So, of course, a lot of people were on the sort of veranda of the inn, like watching this, confrontation. And as soon as you start running towards them, they all like just go piling over either side of the, railing on the porch, screaming and like, get the fuck out of here. He's coming this way.
Good. This is exactly what I wanted.
And then over the sound of the screams on the plaza, you begin to hear other screams coming from like off in the direction of East Ward, and the sound of like splintering wood and, some kind of property destruction going on. And also like, of course, the bellows of giants, but also like this very strange sound, like almost like, Guthormr wouldn't get the reference, but almost like a fire extinguisher, like a kind of
interesting,
strange kind of sound. So yes, things are happening in that direction as well.
Yeah, I would imagine Hellfire has his hands full.
Oh yeah,
but he's only got a few actions per round, and there's more giants than there are Hellfires, so
that's true. Also, I tweaked the spellcasting rules, so he can't even get off as many spells as he did when he fought you. Ha!
Oh,
take that, Hellfire.
That. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they kill Hellfire, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to be like, dope.
All right. Okay, so you go running into this inn then.
Oh yeah, and I've got Trigom in hand, and I'm looking for aura. Like, well, first, actually, I definitely bust into the inn. In fact, I jump through one of the glass windows.
Of course.
Because I imagine there's people piling out of the door, like trying to run away. So I'm like, fuck the door. And I just like jump through the window.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got Trigom in hand, and I'm in my internal monologue. I'm like, Trigom, where is she? And I'm like looking around, looking for her aura, seeing if Trigom can like point her out to me.
All right. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say he knows her aura, like we both kind of do, but I guess he probably knows her like power signature more than I do, maybe,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. So you hold the sword, in front of you, and you ask Trigom to show you her aura,
sight, and he says, "Sight."
That's. And he says, just follow my lead, and I'll take you to her.
Ooh, okay, I'm doing it.
All right, so let's see here. You busted through a glass window into the sort of common room. Okay, yeah. Let's start the progression of boss fights, shall we?
Oh God.
All right. So sure enough, in the common room, a lot of people went piling out the front door, as you said, but there remains inside those two good for nothing elves who sneered at you and made shitty quips behind your back.
I'm gonna kill these fools.
I mean,
like, do they look like Aelyssa?
They do, actually. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna kill them.
Like one of them looks a little bit more kind of world weary than she, just he's standing there. Let's see, what the hell does he have weapon wise?
Wet trousers.
He's got his hand. Yeah. He's got his hand on the hilt of a long sword. He hasn't drawn it yet, and he's just kind of looking at you with his eye cocked, like like he didn't really approve of you choosing to come in through the window like that.
I guess not. Yeah.
The other one has let's see, produced a little hand crossbow that he's leveling at you, and he's aw, and he's got this little like arrogant sneer on his face, like, yeah, we got you now.
As I'm like covered in blood and shards of glass.
Yeah, all these shards of glass just sticking out of your face, like, ow.
Yeah, I squint and the shards like pop out of my face.
It just tinkle down. So the elder of the two, the one who hasn't drawn his weapon yet, just cocks his eyebrow and he just says, "That was quite a display out there."
And I imagine too that like it's a total standoff between me and them, and like there's people, like chaos is happening between us, but like my eyes are just like focused on that guy. And yeah, when he says that was quite a display, I think Guthormr is like, I'm of two minds. I'm either like, Guthormr is like, I'm not even going to talk to these fools, I'm just going to go kill them, or he's going to be like, you dogs, and like I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to scream at you like, you dogs, like you've sneered at me for the last time, and then I'm going to leap through the air with Trigon like double-handed behind my back in an effort to bring it down on the head of the one with like the cocked eyebrow, because I do not give a shit about the hand crossbow.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick my teeth with it later.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Last words of man who was shot.
Totally. This has 100% turned into like a Final Fantasy fight, like in my brain. Like I imagine these dudes are like wearing like fashionable suits, and like one of them's got a hand crossbow, and I just hit my limit break, and
you just your little arrow, you're select your opponent,
bloop, 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 bloop.
Select attack mode. All right. Yeah, they are very fashionably dressed, although they're also like, they kind of count as wearing leathers because of their just general garb. They have a lot of like kind of leather belts and leather coats, and they've got that whole aesthetic going on. So
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get some initiative rolls then. See how that pans out.
I think I've burnt through all my good rolls. So it's a D100 plus my speed, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh Jesus, not the right thing. There we go. 33 is my initiative.
Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah.
There's people, like I said, running around.
Yeah, somebody like kind of dashes in front of you at the last minute. You're like, and kind of throws off your rhythm.
Right. I'm like, get out of here, you cur.
You dog. All right. Dog. So
I need a list of like
Conan insults.
Conan insults. Conan insult generator, please, somebody.
Dude, it's the internet. It has to exist.
Oh God, I wish.
Oh man, they didn't roll too well too either, but they did still manage to beat you. Although one of them had a 35, so it was that close.
I spend 3 points of luck.
Yeah, I wish, right? All right, so let's see here. Oh, let me just grab a thing. Speaking of spellcasting.
Ooh.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. Per level of experience per melee action. Oh, interesting. Okay, so okay. All right, so Mr. Cocked Eyebrow is going to go first, and he's going to weave a spell.
Ooh.
But for what purpose, we do not yet know. And whether he'll be able to do it on this round or not, we do not yet know.
I did.
But,
Speaking of interesting things to read about in the rule book, I saw some ways to
Yes.
interrupt spellcasters.
Yes, it can happen.
Yeah, it's basically like interrupting their words and stuff like that. So maybe if I can, that's the only one I really remember.
Okay.
I think that was the only one offered.
Okay, that sounds about right. That tracks.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Okay, spellcaster actively engaged in hand-to-hand combat, parrying, dodging, and taking damage cannot focus enough to cast a spell. There is a 90% likelihood that a spellcaster will lose his concentration if struck a painful blow, preventing the casting of a spell. Does that sound like the thing you saw?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mine, the one that I read was like pure fluff. Yeah.
Oh,
Like there was no mechanics involved. I think it was just like can't cast a spell if you can't talk.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right for Palladium.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rule 10.2. You can't cast a spell if you can't talk.
That old bit of street wisdom. Okay. So yeah, so he just does a quick little charm, and it's like he just kind of like mumbles some magic, power words, and like kind of moves his hand over his face, and whatever it is, it doesn't affect you seemingly. Let's see, and then so you're running towards him, so he's gonna actually run towards you. So you're gonna meet in the middle of the tavern.
Ooh.
Here, and he is as he runs towards you, he unsheathes his sword, and yeah, he's going to try and strike you.
Bring it on.
All
so
right.
So I don't roll here. I can either parry or dodge.
Correct. Right. So I have to roll first.
Right.
And then, I mean, if I just fail outright, then there you go. And if not, we'll go from there.
Okay.
So let me see here.
I guess I haven't been in a sword fight either.
No, this is like a proper combat and everything.
Wow.
Oh God, I rolled an 8.
Oh yeah. So we taught that's even cooler, because like unsheathes, and then like I bring Trigon down, our blades clash, faces inches from each other.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually even worse than that. That would have been if you parried. This is just going to be flat out. This is going to be a flat out failure.
And a critical failure.
Possibly, I rolled a minus 53, so he's at negative 45. And then his total strike bonus is 46. So I got a 1. My final result was a 1. Okay, so he's I think it's a similar deal. Like he's coming towards you, and kind of at the last minute. Actually, no. At the last minute, his the other guy. We'll just put it that way. I mean, come on. We all know what's going on. It's his brother. His brother yells out and says, "He's mine!" And it causes this dude to kind of like hesitate and look over his shoulder, and it just completely throws him off. Ooh. Right. So because that was then a failure on his part, he loses the rest of his actions for the round.
Right.
Okay, so then initiative passes to the next highest, which is 35, which is our friend with the crossbow. So he is going to take a shot at you. Now, let's see here. All right, that actually could hit you. That is a 56 plus his physical prowess and his strike bonus. So a 75 total. So what you can do is either just be like, I don't give a shit. What's your armor rating, by the way?
Okay, my armor rating is 70.
Okay, so this would penetrate your armor. This would do damage to you. If you want to just take the hit, you can take the hit, or you can try and dodge it. You would have to roll a 76 or higher with your dodge bonus and everything. But you would lose one of your actions to do so.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to take the hit.
Okay.
76 is pretty high, and my dodge bonus is only 15.
Yeah.
And I wasted all my good rolls.
Clearly, that's how this works.
Right.
So
everyone knows.
You have a finite number of good rolls, and
Right, statistically.
Yes. All right, so you're gonna take the hit?
I'm gonna take the hit.
All right. Well, it's your lucky night because I rolled 3 points of damage. So so yeah, it hits your chainmail, and then the tip just, it's just the tip. It just barely gets through the chainmail.
Ooh. I go, ooh.
And you take, ooh, yeah. And you take 3 points of damage to your SDC.
Okay, my SDC is 23 right now out of 54.
That's right. Yeah, you haven't had a chance to heal up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I didn't heal over the last couple nights of running. I guess I should have thought about that, but
correct. Yeah, you do actually technically have to rest in order to heal.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And he hit, so he might get another action, right?
Yes, that's correct. So let's see here. If there's a rate of fire on these bad boys that would limit him, or if he can just, if it's one of those rapid fire hand crossbows,
Be pretty fancy.
Mm-hmm. Like the I don't know, you ever seen Hawk the Slayer?
No.
Oh man. You should see Hawk the Slayer.
Sounds like we need to have a movie night, dude.
It does, doesn't it?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would. I think while I look up the weapons chart here, it's time for a quick word from our sponsor.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's primo 80s cheese, fantasy cheese, and so there's this dwarf with a rapid fire crossbow. It's just like, but the way they do the effect is just by like cutting the film so that it's like the same shot of the crossbow firing like 5 times in a row.
It looks like if Kroll was bad.
Yes. And yet it's strangely endearing.
I mean, I'm about it. Yeah.
The dialogue is insanely bad, and Jack Palance is in it as the main baddie, which is, speaking of Curly's gold.
Yeah, right. Oh shit.
Yeah.
It all comes around.
It does. All right. Of course. Why would the weapon description have a rate of fire attached to it? No. I probably have to look up the weapon proficiency instead.
Beyond the edge of darkness, there is a world of sword and sorcery.
Okay, here we go. Rate of fire equal to the character's normal number of hand-to-hand combat attacks. Okay, it is the dwarf's crossbow from Hawk. All right. Just imagine, the film being cut to just show the same crossbow shot.
Like, that has to be like simultaneously one of the best and worst rules. Like,
I mean, seriously, there's no provision made for crossbows. It's just any missile weapon.
I could see that being like a rule for like a revolver.
Sure. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
fan
Wild
the
West
arm, right?
style.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry. My mistake. My mistake.
Oh,
I was looking at silly me. I was looking at weapon proficiency missile weapons when in fact it's weapon proficiency archery that I should have been looking at. So,
oh, you fool!
so the fuck, All right. So, yeah, rate of fire is based on your level. That makes more sense. Okay. So, let's see here.
Does it?
Well, yes. I don't know. Oh, I love it. It works out to exactly the same. He has 5 shots. All right. So, that's so trademark Palladium. It's like, oh no, how can I be so stupid? Obviously,
Right.
he's not going to have 5 attacks with a crossbow in one 15-second interval. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual roll. No, it's 5 attacks still. It's still 5 attacks.
You thought it was 3 plus 2, but in reality, it was 2 plus 3.
2 plus 3, yeah. Dude, you're not wrong. It starts at 2 at level 1, and then it's plus 1 at level 2, 3, 5, etc. And he's 5th level. So yeah, it was. It really was 2 plus 3.
This is where you find out that I am Mr. Palladium. My last name is Palladium.
You're Kevin Simbita? I have no idea. All right. So, all right. All right.
God.
So, Jesus Christ. Okay. So he can have up to 5. He's just going to keep shooting at you.
Wow. 5
rapid fire
shots.
crossbow stuff. I know. He'd be a fool not to. All right. So,
God, yeah.
yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Physical prowess plus his strike bonus is plus 19. And, well, nice thing about these dice rollers is you can actually just put the bonus in there and it does the math for you.
That's right.
All right. Second roll is an 89. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to try to dodge that.
Okay.
That is so much. That's like 19 points of damage, isn't it?
Oh, no. That's his strike roll. So.
Okay. So, but that goes above my armor rating of 70. Am I in the wrong?
This would be, you are not in the wrong. So yeah, this would hurt you again. Yeah, this would not strike your armor. So to speak.
God, 89. I just don't think there's any way I can dodge that.
It's tough. I mean, what's your dodge bonus?
15.
And then your physical prowess is.
Oh, I add physical prowess too.
Yeah.
16. So okay, 31.
So you're adding 31. So you'd have to roll a 68 or better.
I'll give it
preferably a
shot.
69. Yeah, you could roll a 69.
Preferably be a 69. Dude, watch. We said it. Oh, the 6 came up, but it's a 56. We were very close. Not nice,
right,
guys.
so-
I'm sorry.
Not nice. All right, so you failed to dodge, and you do lose one of your actions this round, and that's going to do. Wow. Okay, I'm still rolling low for damage. 4 points.
Okay. 4 points. That puts me at 19 SDC.
I kind of like the idea, though, that you're going to be this pincushion of crossbow bolts. I mean, that just kind of adds to your badass.
That
mystique.
is true. That is true. Until I'm a pincushion of crossbow bolts laying down on the floor.
Lying inert in a spreading pool of blood, yes, but nonetheless.
Right. It's going to severely kill my aesthetic when I'm dead.
Yeah. May you squint forever.
Yeah. Squint in peace.
Squint SIP.
Holy shit.
Sip. All right, so bolt number 3. There we go. So this does hit, but it's a 27, so it's below your armor rating. I assume you just want to take the hit and let your armor absorb it.
Yeah, I will take the hit.
All right, so please deduct 7 points from your armor's SDC.
Armor SDC is now 29 out of 44.
Okay, ouch. Okay. So that was number 3. Here's number 4.
God, this.
All right,
dude.
this one's a 64. So again, this is just going to hit your armor, unless you want to try and dodge.
Nah.
Okay. So 5 points of damage to your armor.
25.
And last one. Ooh, this is going to hit you. It's a 93.
Ouch. Okay, I have no choice. I only have 3 attacks. So I'm gonna have 2 this round.
Yeah. You
All
gotta
right,
take it.
yeah, I'm taking it.
Double ones, you take 2 points of damage.
Oh my god, dude. So I'm at 17 SDC. Oh, I'm just getting hit, dude.
You
That
are,
sucked.
but
That sucked.
you're up.
I am up. Oh my god. All right. Can I do anything crazy? Is
Yes.
is Trigom giving okay, so Trigom doesn't his APM is 3, but I spent 1, so that's down to 2, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna try to hit the dude in front of me.
Mhm.
He really biffed his roll, and I don't want this dude to have a chance to come back at me.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what all am I adding to this one more time?
This is your strike bonus plus your weapon proficiency strike bonus of 5, right? Plus your physical prowess.
Okay, so physical prowess plus 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make a note. Plus 31 to roll.
That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there we go. D100 plus 31. All right,
Okay.
let's go. 63 plus 31.
Nice. Okay. So
that hits.
94. Yeah, definitely a hit.
Yeah.
All right, 94. So he can try and parry. The nice thing about parrying is that it doesn't use up any actions. But of course, unless you have a class ability, you usually can't parry missile weapons, which is why your only option there was to dodge.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I
All
actually
right,
do have a small shield, but I imagine, is Trigom a 2-handed weapon?
Oh, he certainly is. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what did you roll again?
A 63 plus 31, so 94.
94. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got a 65 total, even with bonuses. So
nice.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
6.
Oh. All right. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. So you swing. You give Trigom a good hefty swing, and he connects with your opponent, and it feels like you swing the sword, and it feels like suddenly right before you connect, like you're kind of cutting through not butter, sorry, like through something really, really thick and viscous, like mud or something, right?
Ooh.
Something's slowing the swing, but you're swinging it so hard, and the edge of Trigom's blade is so fine. It's like a molecular edge,
Ooh.
that it just keeps going, and you see his eyes kind of widen as you cleave up into him, and the blade stops like just nanometers from the surface of his flesh. It's almost like, I guess the feeling would be like trying to push the same polarities of 2 magnets together, and it's just like, just get there, and then there's a boing, bounces off. But it leaves him very shaken. And with a roll of 6, you would do 64 points of damage to whatever this force field is that's protecting him.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, is this Trigom's feature?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Okay.
This would be the spell he cast on himself
right.
at the beginning of
okay,
round,
good.
So.
Well, all right, yeah. I'm gonna kind of like.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me walk that back. You rolled a 93, didn't you?
I rolled a 93 total with bonuses.
That beats the armor rating of the force field. So, yeah. So you get that oppositional magnetic feel, but then instead of like what I said, stopping short, it cleaves into him. So let's see here. 64 points of damage.
Yeah, I totally like I get both of my like I dig the balls of my feet like onto the ground and I just like scream as I like push my sword through this force field.
Yeah,
And yeah, does he die?
he actually does not.
Oh God.
But you deal him a horrendous wound.
Phenomenal. And he probably screams impossible.
Oh, it's impossible.
I'll never get over that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so good.
The power.
Like, yeah.
All right, and then I have another roll.
This shouldn't be. Yeah, exactly. All right, go for it.
Yeah. 68, right. David. We're so close.
Oh.
68 plus 31. So 99.
Right on. Okay, let me see if you can parry it. No, 40 total. So go ahead and roll that d6 again.
I got a four.
A four?
A funf. No, sorry, a few.
A few, yes. I saw a joke the other day. It was like, I asked a German guy if he knew what 3 times 3 was, and he said no.
Good one.
All right, so you rolled a 4. All right. So this is where Trigon the Chaotic earns his name.
Oh, God.
His damage is logarithmic. So remember when I said, oh, buy a doubling die? Right. That's because doubling dies have a faces of 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. That's literally your damage die. Whoa. So when you roll that 6, you did 64 points of damage. But rolling a 4, it's only 16 points of damage.
Wow. Only 16. Yeah. I guess I'll have to cope.
I mean, if you roll a 1, it's 2 points of damage. So
that's keep that true. I mean, that's true. That's true. Golly.
So he is still on his feet, but barely. He's clutching his side. There's blood seeping out through his fingers, and his his sword is hanging limply in his other hand. His brother's like, no, Latimer.
Oh Jesus! I want to take this moment to just be like, tell them like, flee, you dogs, and I'll let you live.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them the opportunity to go.
All right, yeah, that's reasonable. Let's do. It's a new round, so we need new initiative rolls, and we'll see what they decide to do on their initiatives.
55 plus 14. 69.
There you go. That's super nice. All right, Latimer got a 94. So I think
Latimer. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine.
He's very motivated to get the fuck out of here, and then. His crossbow wielding brother also got an 84, so they both act ahead of you.
Wow.
Okay, so you're telling them to flee. You're calling them dogs. Okay, so yeah, Latimer is going to take you up on that, but not before he does a little close up street magic on you first. So.
Oh God, close up street magic. Illegal.
Look in your backpack. Is that your card?
Yeah. Cut open this orange.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. you saw that video with Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah. I was like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm going to need you to make a saving throw versus magic, please.
Ooh.
Any bit of a risk here, because if you succeed on the save, his round ends. So.
Wow. Is it just magic spell?
Magic spell, which I believe is a 60, and then you had a plus 10 on that. Is that correct?
It's a +10, and then I think don't I get a bonus to my saving throws for holding Trigom?
Ooh, well remembered. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's part of the standard rune weapon kit, right?
So it's it's magic spell in parentheses 12 and then minus +10.
Right. So the 12 is like just pretend that's multiplied by 5 and that's a 60.
Oh, okay. That's the DC.
Yes. Yeah. Rune weapons give you a +5 to all saving throws. So yeah, actually you get a +15 on this roll.
Okie dokie. Oh, this is gonna be close. I rolled a 49 plus
59.
15. It's 64.
Trigon made the difference. Holy shit. You would have failed by 1 otherwise.
Damn. Oh, Trigon.
All right. So in the manner of, wizards and magicians everywhere, he tries to blind you with like a little flash and smoke display,
Of course.
And he's like,
Snapdragons.
Yeah, exactly. And then tries to disappear in the smoke, so actually, yeah, I'm gonna say that's exactly what happens. Is he kind of like he produces this like flashbang effect right in your face, but thanks to your natural squinting instincts, it doesn't blind. And as the smoke's clearing, you actually see him and his brother, disappearing through a little like half-sized, service door, like in the wainscoting on the side of the tavern.
A couple
Very
of clowns.
undignified.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm like looking around, and I've got Trigom in one hand, and my other hand is like gripped in a fist, and I scream like, "Aelyssa, I'm coming for you!"
All right, and so you can feel Trigom kind of like pointing you. There's some stairs going up. There's like doors, to your right and ahead of you, and normally you'd have no idea where to go, but Trigom's kind of like pulling you almost to go through this door that's on the opposite wall from where where you came in, where you burst in.
Oh, I run up to it and I try to kick it down with my boot.
All right, it is kicked.
Yeah.
Which is especially impressive since this is an outside door and you kicked it against its hinges. But, for the sake of story, we'll just go with that.
That's right. Yeah. I kick the door down, shatters into splinters.
Yeah.
I scream.
So this yeah, just explodes. So this is a door that's like kind of under a little gallery balcony deal, and it leads into a little inner courtyard area. Although, let's see, it's more like kind of a pass through for a carriage house kind of thing, because there's actually like post and beam, ceiling above you, for the second floor. So this is like an enclosed courtyard, covered, very dim. There's just some like ambient light coming in through the carriage entrance.
Sounds
and
awesome.
it kind of is. It's a good place for dark deeds, but there's a door in the wall to your left, and Trigom is telling you to go that way.
Ooh. Yeah, I run towards it. Again, kick the door down. I'm just gonna kick every door down until until somebody sees it.
Yeah, you like kick the door down, like kind of pause, like
yeah. I'm like, is there anyone here?
No, fuck. And once again, you are disappointed. You find that you're looking into some kind of like storage room, more or less. But there is a stairway leading down into the earth.
Oh yeah. Is it dark down the stairway?
Oh yes, yes it is.
I don't have any torches or anything. Is there like a sconce on the
Although-
wall or anything?
I will. Well, there's a lantern, an unlit lantern hanging from a hook. But I will also say that as your eyes adjust to the dimly lit storeroom, you can see that the stairs are actually lit by some kind of ambient light coming from down there. It's kind of a reddish light.
Nice.
There's even a bit of like smoke machine style fog kind of creeping up the stairs.
I'm gonna do a quick glance for any kind of like magical snuff that might be around.
Yeah, there's a bottle that says "Eat Me" and a bottle that says "Drink Me." Kind of magical stuff.
Yeah,
It's like one of those condom machines in public restrooms. It's got snuff dispensers, little packets.
I'm like,
Put a quarter in, turn the dial.
Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna like, I've got Trigom and I'm holding him like, kind of close to my chest, blade pointed up and elbows kind of out as I like put my back against the wall and I start like descending the stairs quietly, almost prowling, if you will.
Yeah.
Um.
If you want to make a prowl roll, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I instantly regretted that.
And I'm like, let's not. Let's just. I'm thematically prowling. No, it wasn't that bad. 29 plus 25, so 54.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, with our new difficulty numbers, hey.
That's right. With baby's first Palladium, we're really killing it here.
No, I like this better because it does mean you succeed more often, but we're still keeping it in the realm of yes, but. So
that's true. I do like that.
Yeah. So, what do you think? You succeed at prowling, but not in a way that you might have expected. So, what are you seeing as you're coming down into this cellar where there's this mysterious red light in the fog?
Man, I don't know. That's a good question. I would say so I succeed in my prowl.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I might leave this one up to you because I don't know what I'm walking into.
All right, I got something.
Okay.
All right, so you come downstairs, and yes, you do succeed in your prowl, so you are not detected. And since you were kind of like using that outside wall to brace yourself, you it's a little like kind of, it's not exactly a spiral staircase, but it's kind of turning, gradually as you descend. And so as you come around down to the bottom, you can see that indeed this is a very elaborate wine cellar. There's big, oak wine barrels set into their niches, and some racks for bottles and so forth. But down a ways is the cellar kind of opens out, and it's almost like an amphitheater, down there, and that's where the light and the fog is coming from. So there's like this, almost like this pit, in the cellar, and you can't see what's in there.
Whoa. Do I see? Is there anything else in here? Do I see Aelyssa? Is Trigom like pointing me towards anything?
Trigom's still indicating you should head towards the light, but like, yes, you're almost there, lad.
I'm going. I'm gonna go.
Okay. So you pad forward, and you begin to draw up even with the lip of this amphitheater. And so sure enough, it's like perfectly circular with like little steps going down into it like a funnel, and down at the bottom is, it terminates in a floor that basically has this gigantic magic circle complex, right? So it's like one big magic circle with then 4 magic circles at each like compass, one at each compass point, right?
Wow.
Touching it, and they're like permanently carved into the stone of the floor, and it is these circles that are glowing, like almost like neon lit, and then there's just like gratuitous amounts of fog for no apparent reason.
Can I make a demon and monsters lore roll here?
Yeah, absolutely, you can. Absolutely.
63 plus 40 plus IQ.
Yeah.
Which is 7. So
111?
70 plus 40. Yeah, 110.
110. Great. So that's just a solid success. So you don't know, the details of summoning circles, what they mean. That's all the domain of the summoner, the diabolist classes. But you know enough to know these are your classic summoning and protection circles, and that when they're drawn together like this, it's to give each other power. So this is some kind of like massive power nexus that's been created down here. And sure enough, right in the middle of the biggest center circle is your target, Aelyssa Bad, but she's with somebody.
Who is she with?
So she's standing, and she's in her, kind of usual gothy, ensemble.
Nice.
Even in this moment, you got to admit she looks good. But
what's her app again, or what is it?
It is ridiculous. No, it's not as high as Sarah's though. Sarah's was even more off the chart.
Mine's 10. I think hers was like 18 or something.
19 actually, yes.
19. And her sister was like 28 or something ridiculous.
Yes, you got it. Yeah. Alyssa's got it's not the years, it's the mileage, brother.
Right.
She has seen shit. But speaking of which, she's standing, but she's got her hand on the shoulder of a seated figure. He's actually sitting in kind of like one of those old-timey wheelchairs, and he's an ancient elf. He just looks like old beyond all time and reason. If you want to think about Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you wouldn't be too far off.
Fair. Wow.
He's a little more animated than that, but
Oh. Oh wait, this is her grandpa, huh?
Looks like it, yeah. So his hair hangs down, it's kind of skinny strands, and he's just very kind of hunched over in his chair. He's got a little blanket over his legs, the whole 9 yards. And so she's looking up at you, and she says, "I figured you would return here."
I'd probably say, come out from your circles of protection and face me.
Oh, and I should mention she's still covered in all those like drawn on runic symbols that you saw her with before.
Pretty cool.
So she gives her like cruel laugh, again, and she says, "Now why would I do that? You standing there with a greater rune weapon, Trigon the Chaotic, if I'm not mistaken."
Does Trigon say anything?
He doesn't say anything, but you get this almost like sympathetic response where it seems like he's kind of proud that he just got recognized.
Fair.
She says, the last I heard, he was in the hands of Lord Garen Mael on the borders of the Western Empire. I wonder how he fell into the hands of a vagabond like you.
I'm going to say, why don't you come ask him?
She says, I don't think we'll be doing that. No. I don't know what you did with my brothers, and frankly, I don't care. Hopefully, if you ran into my sister, you cut her down where she stood. As for myself and Grandpa here, well, obviously we wish to make it out of this alive, and I'm willing to cut a bargain with you.
Ah, I'm gonna say your sister lives. Your brothers may have died of their wounds, and I have others taking care of Hellfire. You have no allies left in Badland. So what?
Well, at that point, Grandpa starts. Sorry. At that point, when you say you have no allies left in Badland, you just notice that Grandpa's like starting to kind of wheezingly chuckle to himself. So anyway, please continue.
Gross. I'm gonna say, after that, I'm just like, what could you possibly offer me that is greater than revenge?
So she says, I can offer you your survival, your life.
I'm not gonna say anything, but it's like, it's me being like, like I'm listening. Like I want her. Squint. Yeah, I squint.
A squint of listening.
You figured me out. Squinting is my love language.
That's such an unusual result. Okay. So she says, Grandpa and I have been working on a deal recently. It is a deal known only to us. Not my brothers, not my reprobate sister. Certainly no one else in the town knows this. I am willing to give you this information because it will save your life, on the condition that you clear out. Keep on walking. I promise I will not attempt to harm you in any way going forward.
What is the information?
Do I have your promise?
Ow.
Let's see here. Let's just go back to Unprincipled here.
I have no problem lying to this person.
Lie and cheat if necessary, especially with those anarchists and evil alignments.
I'm going to say, I promise, and I cross my toes.
Right. All right.
Say,
so
you have my word. As I like grip the hilt of Trigon.
All right. So Grandpa looks up at you. And he says, "Do you know why I founded this town, boy?"
I squint.
You know why there are so many gods and shrines in this town? It is because this was the one place in the whole world of Palladium.
Holy shit. Your eyes.
that I determined through my divinations would remain safe when Armageddon comes. I keep these shrines as a way of propitiating the gods and ensuring our continued survival, even when the entire world is in flames.
Guthormr might not know, but like I'm guessing that this dude is like, oh yeah, we're on the nexus of like, you know, a bunch of ley lines, and
Mhm.
we're Ragnarok proof.
Right, yeah.
Huh.
Well, and
And
remember, your church is kind of on the outs
right.
at the moment because there was all that prophesying about an end of the world that didn't materialize. So,
Finally.
yeah, here
Only
we go. This is
yeah,
it.
only the faithful.
Only the penitent.
Um
Yes.
that's right. Does Trigom say that?
Only the penitent man shall. I wrote it down in my diary so I wouldn't have to remember.
um I'm like, here we go. Like Guthormr 100% smirks. This just solved all his problems. The end of the world's coming. He's about it. Because that's like, you know, the ticket to heaven for him. Or to Valhalla or wherever it is. And not only that, but odds probably going to come down and I might get a chance at the spear.
Get that spear, girl.
Let me think here. Okay, so they want me to leave them alone. All right. Let me ask you this. Does it look like there's like a force field around them or anything like compared to what I saw
Other
from
than
the
the
guy upstairs?
glowing, yeah, nothing like that. No, just the glowing red light and the mystically activated sigils and all that, kind of stuff. So, and the
I
fog.
assume if I leap at them, I'll probably be deflected.
You get fired into space.
I know, yeah. So I'm not sure what to do here. I don't think there's anything I can do to bypass it other than maybe like, I don't know, just rolling high enough with Trigon.
Right. Just try and test the limits and see what happens, right?
Yeah, and then I've like given my cards, so or I've like revealed my hand. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say, is that it?
All right. So Alyssa chuckles and she says, "Oh, not quite. I have a secret even Grandpa doesn't know about." At which point, the
Oh,
old man's like, "Eh? What?" And she says, "Well, we don't know when Armageddon is going to come." And at that point, Grandpa cuts across her and he's like, "We will set the entire northern wilderness on fire." And she kind of just gives him this look and then keeps going, And she says, "But until that happens, I have seen to it that Badland will remain protected and safe under the care of the Wolfen Empire."
oh. How does Grandpa react to that?
He, looks around, kind of tries to look up at her, but he's too stiff to turn around fully. But, he says, "You what?" And she says, "That's right. The first troops should be arriving, well, any day now."
Ugh. Bunch of butt sniffers coming into town.
What sniffers? That's perfect. That is exactly what humans would call Wolfen. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, Des is gonna hate me.
You know. You're gonna get a lot of harassment on Discord.
For real. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't think that there's much I can do here. Because I rolled pretty good on my demons and monsters. That didn't give me much about the circles.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any box rings or anything like that.
Mm,
Um,
no full gym equipment. Sorry.
this isn't this isn't a workout basement.
Yeah.
So I think they have subdued a greater menace at this point.
Nice.
And so, all right. So just to recap, they're like, the end of the world is coming. They're going to try to burn the whole northern wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wolfen Empire is going to descend on this town in any day. And they think this town is going to be safe from Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm. That about sums it up.
Okay. I don't know that I have any other questions that I would ask them. Do I feel like there's more information to be given up? Or is that kind of, am I like, okay, they've made their point?
Yeah, Alyssa's definitely got an expectant look on her face, like, so what are you going to do about it?
Right. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so just like Brendan Fraser in 1999's The Mummy, I'm going to classic. Another one. I'm going to take Trigon and I'm going to like hold it out to where like I'm pointing the blade, like the tip of the blade at her.
All right.
And I'm going to say, I'll be seeing you soon. And I start like backing up the stairwell. Keeping my eyes on her basically until I'm up and out.
All right. So she just watches you. She gives you what you're quickly starting to identify as the bad family smirk, and it definitely seems to run in the family. But she is not making any threatening moves in your direction or anything of that nature. So, give me a D100 roll plus your mental affinity, though.
$86 plus 11. That's a 97.
Okay. As you're backing out, you become aware, like you can feel the presence of other beings in this room. You're being watched by invisible creatures that you get the distinct feeling are just waiting on her word to descend on you.
Of course. That's just in the basement. Do I feel like that when I get back into the hotel?
No.
I'm burning this fucking place to the ground.
All right. So you get back up into that covered courtyard, and like I said, there's a little coach entrance, that fronts out onto the side of the plaza, and as you emerge, you hear a lot of shouting, and just general hubbub coming from the direction of the plaza. And the shouting seems to be exclusively in Wolfen.
God damn it. What are they saying?
You men, get over there. Check out that building over there. Secure that area. It's like military type orders.
I want to get up to one of the windows and see if I can see any of my giant buddies.
Okay. Let's see here. So your best bet from where you are is to, yeah, kind of move up to where the coach entrance is. It's like a little breezeway, with like the little doors,
Mm.
So you're able to do that, and you're looking out into the square, and yeah, so you see that there are approximately 80 wolfen. They are in like full wolfen imperial military garb, which looks like Roman armor.
Whoa.
So these look like Roman wolfen, basically. And
I'm assuming that a group of wolfen is called a mutt. A mutt of wolfen.
fine. That's what you refer to them as. A
Some
mutt of
people
wolfen.
might say it's a pack, but I don't think so.
Right. So it's a mutt of wolfen in their imperial armor. And there's unit, some of them are drawn up into like, rank and file units standing by with their, big legionary style shields, front and center. Others are moving around and like kind of rounding people up. And in fact, you see three of these frost giants. They are in the middle of the square, including Hruther, in chains. And they are, kind of just standing there, like as if they were like under arrest, basically.
How many wolfen are guarding them?
Surprisingly few, like only about a half a dozen. And in fact, you see Hruther kind of having a friendly conversation with one of them.
Huh. Well, I know giants are down with wolfen.
Right.
So I'm like, and if like the giants don't look distressed at all,
No.
this might just be like a formality then.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, I might have a way to just, even though I want to hang out with all the giants, this is probably a good way for me to get out of the whole steel odd spear thing.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get upstairs. So this is my intent.
Okay.
Get upstairs, light the building on fire, and probably like leap from the window onto the roof of another building and like basically like make my escape in the chaos of like the burning building.
Solid plan.
Cool. And I probably actually might start at the bottom floor. I might light the building on fire in a few different places. It's just like, because it's obviously a tavern, so like I imagine there's like some oil or some lanterns in the area, and then like I'll just
Sure. Yeah.
bust up a bunch of booze and then like throw the lantern down, walk upstairs, do the same thing.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, and I think that's a good place actually to leave it off this week, because we'll see what happens next week. Or next, sorry, 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, another 10 years, 84 years from now. We'll
All right, but you are bound and determined to burn this place down, which is totally understandable. And let's tally up this XP.
Yeah, I'm curious about this.
I know.
Right now, I'm at 4,025.
Okay. 4,025, and you need 7,600 for next level. Okay.
Woo.
Yeah. All right. So that's that. And then we've got.
And I'm level 3, aren't I? Or am I level 2?
Oh, wait.
2.
If you're 4,000, you are level 3, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I got my new skills.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, okay. Oh, not bad.
Hmm.
1,050.
Not bad. Puts me at 5,075.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. I mean, I guess this is like true of like every role playing game, but like the longer you play, the more XP you get. Is that a dumb?
That is how that tends to work. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, is that a dumb sentence? Like, I mean, I guess I don't know. Like, well, I guess even with D&D and stuff, like I just play like milestone, you know? So it's like, oh, you guys,
Yeah.
like we're ready to go to the next session. You know, they're the next chapter. Everybody gains a level. But like for this, it's really like, oh, if we sit down and play for 6 hours, like I'm going to get 10,000 XP or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I really do think the XP tables are scaled on that assumption. It's very old school, right? Like, of course you're going to play every week for 6 to 8 hour sessions. You know, doesn't everybody? You know, like, yeah, very much so.
God, I need to rest after that. I need to like take a few days off.
Dude, you need a vacation. I mean, you've been going nonstop. Ever since you showed up in Badland, this has been one thing after another.
That is true. I literally have not recovered one SDC. This entire time.
Christ.
This is why I'm looking for all that magical snuff. I need the energy to keep going.
Looking for snuff in all the wrong places.
Exactly. Dude, I'm ready for 1d6 SDC per snort.
Per snort.
What else would it be?
Yeah, exactly. Per snort. You know what we're talking about.
Exactly. Like
doing some rails of this shit.
Yeah, right, for real. Per pinky nail on the on the backseat of a toilet.
Dude, the guy who administered my driver's license test, you know, when I was a teenager, had a fucking coke nail on one of his hands. Like,
Jesus.
He got in the car and was like, oh.
He's like, well, you ready? I got to make a couple stops.
Although, this is how much of a nerd I was, okay? And this also relates to Palladium, because I mentioned Ninjas and Super Spies in another session with its 41 martial arts styles. One of them is snake style kung fu, which allows you to deliver devastating negative chi attacks where you fill your opponent with magic, right? And it specifically says in the description that practitioners often grow one fingernail extra long to enable them to deliver those touch strikes that channel the negative chi, right? It's just like a 1-point finger jab, but it's like, you know, channels negative chi. So really, as a, you know, 18-year-old taking my driver's license test, my actual thought was, oh my God, this guy knows snake style kung fu. That's hilarious. Yeah.
God, this dude knows.
Only, like, later in retrospect did I go, oh, that was a coke nail.
You know what though? That actually makes way more sense thinking about like Lo Pan and Big Trouble in Little China. He has like those crazy long like pinky nails.
Exactly. He knew snake
me
style.
totally opposite. I was like, why is Lo Pan doing so much coke?
Oh, that's because you didn't play Ninja Super Spies as a kid. So there you go.
I guess so. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Now that I've thoroughly humiliated myself in public.